munange olwatuuka nga mwana mulenzi oyo ayitibwa Mark Kamanzi, who is a lawyer in Uganda. Abamumanyi muwandika if you know him. Aba recording namwe mu recording emboozi eno njogera as told in the inbox. Munange olwatuuka musajja oyo nga falling in love. Part 1 olwatuuka musajja oyo falls in love with a girl at mobs called Diana. They dated and allegedly Diana was a virgin. Gamba nti Diana was a virgin. Munange nga datinga it is said that was Diana's first man and I think only man. Nga datinga nga bazaala ya abaana naye abaana be basooka okuzaala baali baana ba buwala mbongo omusajja mbonga atandika okupiika Diana amuzaalira omwana omulenzi nga bagamba munnange nga we yatandikira okupiika Diana okumuzaalira omwana omulenzi already ye yali afunyeeyo omuwala omulala. Owulira yali afunyeeyo omuwala omulala mbongo omuwala oyo agamba gayi mbu ali lubuto lwe omusajja munnange nga ayanguwa amangu ago nga akwata ekkubo mbonga agenda nga afunira Diana nga agenda mu famire y'oyo omuwala omupya nga amwanjula mu Western Uganda munyankole munoba muhima munange nga amwanjula mumbuze nga amwanjuza ki akagambo obujenyi ya na nkyala kale namuwasa kale azina nkyala ewaabwe oyo muwala n'atwalayo ente mumbuze ente yazijjawa ku faamu ya Diana yalina ente ze gayi nga akwata ekkubo nga agenda ku faamu ya Diana nga ajjayo ente nga azitwala nga ayanjuzaamu omukazi omulala. Men don't love us. Munnange amala omuwala azaala biki finally after omuwala oyo nga amaze okuzaala musajja akebera omwana yamuzaalira mwana mulenzi akebera omwana ng'omwana si wa musajja. Omusajja nga akwata ekkubo nga agenda ku kyalo ky'omuwala mu famire y'oyo omuwala nga abagamba njagala oba yajjako amabaati ku nyumba nga akabatanzya esente na nente ente nazijjayo amala okuzijjayo n'abasasuza sente. The family was not rich naye n'agamba abadde alabirira muwala waabwe family n'etunda ebyabwe byojjukira he's a lawyer era nze atuddemu eno emboozi mbagamba mbuno allegedly munnange ng'akwata nga abagamba I've spent a lot of money omuwala yanswaza even emotionally even biki munsasule sente family y'omuwala ng'etunda byesobodde munnange nga barefundinga oyo gayi bamala omurefundinga taata w'omuwala yenna ng'agudde ne mu mabanja out of depression. Taata w'omuwala munnange ng'afa amala okufa. Of course the guy didn't care. Guy naberezaamu baali babeereeyo ebugoloobi. Of course naafuna omuwala omulala naye na breaking up naye biki kati amala afuna kati Diana out of frustration bawe ayenda agenze ayanjudde omukazi omulala biki Diana yenna ng'abeera depressed. Diana amala okubeera depressed gaayo oyo ng'akwata Diana ng'amutwala ebutabikambwe era Diana has a mental problem nga bwe mubamanya abasajja abaasoma mbwera Diana has a mental problem biki kati agenda okozesa eyo issue ya mental problem nga ayagala otunda ebintu bya Diana nga agana okusayininga the sale of any property munange nga gayi nga akwata Diana mutwale ebutabika and everybody nga mu alienatinga nga mujjako emikwano gyonna you know, like when a narcissist wants to finish you, they take away every friend and every person. Nga munange alienating from all her friends. Nga mujjako emikwano, nga mujjako abenganda, you know, munange nga Diana olwonno bazadde abaana balina abaana oba kati oba nga bankazaala abaana oba babiri oba basatu you know munange okumaliriza nga jjanga agamba Diana kakati I want us to work on our marriage. I'm sorry for everything that happened between us. I want us to go and we start all over again. Abaana baffe betuzadde, we have to do a future for them. Munange guy ng'ateera mu Diana visa ng'asabira Diana visa ye Canada n'abaana nga bawa Diana visa nga batuuka wano bamala otuuka wano guy ng'akwata ekkubo ng'agenda nga divorcinga Diana e Uganda. Diana nga tamanyi nga wasa omukazi omulala nga Diana tamanyi munange naye nga akwata abaana ba Diana nga akozesa papers ze Uganda za mental health nga akwata abaana ba Diana nga abawa muganda wa gayi mama nga abaana ba Diana nga babeerako ewa muganda wa gayi Diana nga abimanya nga everything kakati wano we yamuleeta wano nga amufunisa olubuto olulala Diana nga azaala omwana ow'obuwala omusajja nga akwata omwana wa Diana ono bebi nga amuteeka mu foster ng'omwana bebi nga amuwaayo mu foster. Abantu mu abasajja tebatwagala nga akwata omwana wa Diana nga muwayo mu foster malo muwayo mu foster kati during that period of okulwanagana ne Diana nga alaga mbwera Diana is mentally unstable kati atejjukira if you really want to kill a person that has mental health mujjeeko abaana already bali abakulu baba mujjeeko kakati in the amidst okumujjako abaana gayo oyo got issues ne muganda we eyali yatwala abaana baani ba Diana abakulu nga balwanira obataka oba samo oba mayumba nga balwanira ettaka omukazi nga amugamba oyo muganda we n'abaana bo I don't want them here. Bamada jukira already Diana bamulebulinze mentally unstable basweeti nga abaana ba Diana abakulu nabo nga babateeka mu foster nga n'abaana ba Diana abakulu nabo nga babateeka mu foster. Diana nga abeerawo omusajja nga awasa omukazi omulala Diana nga mental health emufuukira mental health Diana nga avaako Diana nga alwala like her mental health kept deteriorating Diana n'agaana okulya Diana n'agaana okukola ki Diana n'abeerawo nga tayitegeera Diana nga alwala Diana nga yeekatinga off everybody family ya Diana nga egezaako muleeta anyway Long story short, Diana's mental health deteriorated. It deteriorated, ladies and gentlemen. Diana nafa. By the way, abantu mwenna abandaba, I want to tell everybody that is watching me today, if you do not work on depression, it can kill you. Diana nafa. Era ne community wano Uganda, I don't even think they got to know. Diana amala okufa guy nga agamba jukira nga ye signing ngisanga oba next of kin guy nga alwana obutaweera Diana's family obutakomyawo mulambo gwa Diana, yet money was there nga guy agamba Diana bamwoche takomawo. Family ya Diana was a little bit connected munange nga ba contacting government nga bagamba whatever the issue, whatever the cost, we are Diana's family. Omwana wafa alina okudda nga bagana guy okwocha Diana. Bantu mu abasajja tebatwagala. Era kati oyo omusajja munnange, I think yalaba video yange najja na he tried to talk to me but in a threatening way. You get what I mean? Let me see if I can get you his messages. He tried to talk to me but in a threatening way. Let me show you. Bantu mu abasajja tebatwagala. Abasajja tebatwagala. Let me see if I can get his chat with me. Omanya, I didn't even save his number. He tried to talk to me in a threatening way, but I am now me. Mwena abantu abandaba. If you ever want me to listen to you, never threaten me. Nja kulisa omunyo. If you try to threaten me, yeah. Aha. Tochikolanga. Nze nyinza n'okuvuma omulamuzi. Nze nyinza n'okuvuma omulamuzi nze. Nze. Lindako wano. Lindako wane no ndabe sebo. Lindako I get, okay, it's here. Ka mbalage messages. Ndikirao munange guy nga aja wanting to talk to me nga tandika. Hi, how are you, Sharon? Blessed Sunday. Konze, hey, thanks for getting back to me. I wanted to meet you if your Sunday isn't busy. Meet? Who is this? Nagamba, this is Mark. Konze Lubula, because there is a Mark I know, not Lubula. I am Mark Kamanzi. You are given wrong information about me, and I think it's important to set the record straight based on facts and evidence, not rumors. I mean in respect of that post. Konze, how are you? Devastated with loss, denial to bury my wife for my children's right to hold a funeral service in Canada, and a mountain of lies that has been built by the deceased family to raise funds, trading on people's lives, emotions, yet truth exists with supporting evidence. Remember, you didn't seek my input response. My story is not gossip. It's all about facts and supporting evidence. So that's your audience can get a balanced view. Cause I would be happy to hear your side of the story. Please remember, when I was saying all that, I had in that video, Kanchiba playing it, I did not give any story about him. I was simply, wait. I know that. Linda, I'm trying to see what's happening. Linda, I wanna see what's Mr. Kamanzi, how are you? Nina munange obubaka bwo ndi okutegeeza mbuno nenda kukolako olugambo. I just wanted you to be aware. Your file has reached my desk. But since you are a lawyer, I am posting for you an intention to gossip about you. Manye musiba abantu musuwinga abantu kati gwe I am posting this to let you know that nenda kukola ko simanyi oba mbeera kukola ko lugambo bakutegeeza abantu otherwise tusasira family ya Diana yafudde mukama amuwumuze mirembe. Yeah. So that is what I said. Kati guys, emboze no akavideo yako. Did I say anything wrong about him? No. Give me a minute. Let me come.
That's bad. Well, that's it. But I think you put that body under there. It's opposite. You get up, put it and put it over there. Then we have to put it back over there. You can't do that because it's gonna burn. Even the wood, baby, is burning. Totally that way, so either you cook it over there or the normal for nature greens. But I think it's better in the oven. So tie alete foil. Gule koko. Nsumuludde kati bi omulala. Bantu mu abasajja tebatwagala. So in that video, guys, did you see any gossip about that man? Now, nga abantu abamanyi psychology. What was he defending? Psychology. What was he defending? Lies, bichi. I think it's better to hear my side of that. Yandize na ngamba munange wanteredde yaka video about ABCD. I wanna talk to you. What did you hear? What did they? Na yaja na nesoka. But then the way he came, I mean, he was gaslighting me. You cannot gaslight me, not me, of all people. Now. Munange nga agamba watyo in respect to that post. Konze, oh, hi, how are you? Nadamo bwatyo. Remember, you didn't seek my opinion. Olaba, narcissist. Remember, you didn't seek my opinion. My story isn't about gossip. Konze, I would be happy to hear your side of the story. Will you first take down the one-sided version? But nange, what version did I put? Eh? What version did I put?
Stop.
Exactly. First take down that version, Konze, but I didn't say anything. Koye, how do you think it got to me? I have chosen an approach of reaching out to you because I suspected you were lied to use my picture and insinuate that I had a hand in Diana's death, which supported the narrative the family was constructing. Me as me, I did not say anything in that video about that. I simply said R.I.P. who Diana kati ye waneno azze nabyogera. It's only fair you take the post down if you need to post the subject. I'm happy to give my side all backed with evidence, not rumors, and you can verify it. The video was definitely offensive and my children were hurt. They wanted us to take a different approach because they know Canadian law better than I do. But I have advantage of age. Where a matter can be amicably solved, I don't seek legal remedies. Muwulira gaslighting. My abana bange bali hati era ababadde bagala kusuwinga nkabaddiremu. Please, my video was not insulting him. I did not say anything. And then he's like, that video was definitely offensive. How? My children were very hurt. They wanted us to take a different approach because they know Canadian law better than I do. But I have the advantage of age where a matter can amicably be solved. Where I don't seek legal remedies. Konze chokaba nange, is that a threat? The video didn't say anything. It was an alert. Koye, not at all. Konze, that I have information to put out there and it's not gossip. It's family that are mourning their child that are hurting over untold manipulation that led to death. Koye, okay, I'm going to attend church service. I will meet. Konze, I was told that you like suing people. I'm not shocked, but all in all, you can tell me your side of the story. I'm here to listen. Koye, when I am aggrieved, yes, just like you would. Network evaluate. Okay. Bamada gaslighter mumulaba. When I'm aggrieved, yes, just like you would. Why are you so biased, Konze? Why? If this is your judgment, it's really, is it really necessary to speak to you? Namugamba, listen, Mr. Man, I don't engage with the entitled narcissists. You can tell me your side of what you want or don't. I'm here to listen and to evaluate, not pinky pong. By the way, what made you conclude my story is about Diana? Kakati, according to even his responses, just imagine omukazi bwe yazaalamu abaana Diana eyafa. Oh, my kids were very hurt and they wanted us to seek aligomanya bichi. ate baŋŋamba agezezaako by the way ka mbaleetere ezo emboozi. Ssebo najja mbu nno nze saagala muntu. First of all, me as me, I don't like threats. I don't work well with threats. Nze nina emputu. Olaba nze, even when I was growing up, if my mom wanted me to listen, if you say nja kukuba, either beat me or don't. Saagala muntu antiisatiisa. So I don't like threats. You threatening me, we have a problem. I'm triggered by threats. I'm triggered by threats. And I don't know why, but I don't like threats. Oh, I don't like threats. No dances. I don't kanga sagala muntu kanga ka mbaletere emboozi oyo muwala. Diana. When was that video made? When was that video made? Mbaletere gundi ye oyo muwala. Sebo yajambo ng'atiisa. Nze bantiisa. Nze ndi wano ensi nagivaako. Nalinda kufa kati ontiisa ki? Senga, nice necklace. This necklace was given to me by Tyra last year, and it's a fish. It's an indication of my zodiac sign, Pisces. By the way, abantu mwena abanda birthday yange ya wiki ejja mumpe sente. I don't want any gift but money. It's on 3rd of March. Don't give me any gift. Mujja kundoga. Give me money 3rd of March. I don't want anything. I want money. You're welcome. Mulindeko mbaletere emboozi ya Diana. And it's different people that came. Nange. Byatuukawo. Bannange abasajja tebatwagala. You people abasajja tebatwagala. Abasajja mubaagalenga mukimanyi mbu nno tebatwagala. Kamanzi kansooke mbanoonyeze emboozi ya Diana baagindeetera wano mu inbox.
Even that one.
Era nze abaagala okunsuuwinga. Why do you say video visibility? Mwagala kumanyiira bannange nze abaagala okunsuuwinga kolera abantu. Oli wa ddembe okunsu. Wait.
My
Sebo.
is not organized. And my snow pants and my boots and my hat and everything else. And even my
Video.
Yeah, but
When did I make it? Emboozi eyo yali before emboozi ya Electra. I think I know when. But I had nange ebyo byonna
I'm ready to press the dawn on.
Mbaleta emboozi ya Diana.
Okay.
Mm. Mhm.
I know what to do with this.
By the way, abantu abagulawo fake account ne mumpeereza information ate olumala ne bagideri no, not only that. Olumala omanyi kye bakola. Ogenda bambi okuddamu okulaba nga bataddeko. Aha, the story is here. Wolololo, aha, the story is here. The story is here. Kamanzi munango nonso agambye my story is not gossip. Who said it's gossip? Nenze munange saagala nze bantu bantiisatiisa ebyo biboozimbye ekisiru. Ebiboozi by'ekisiru ebyo. Ate nze ngwa oyagala otegeera mbu nina erinnya ly'abasoga nga wadde siri musoga. Ntiisatiisa otiisatiisaana. Emboozi eno nno baasooka nno nakugindeetera ku Snapchat. Muwulira? Baasooka nakugindeetera ku Snapchat one person. I ignored it. Mama. More other people ne bagindeetera. Naye bantu mu abasajja, me I have a feeling Jostede can do that. Actually, Jostede believed killed primates, just that. Kati kamba someremu. Kati kamba someremu naawe njagala wano omuntu asobola okusoma oluzungu. Mutindika no request omuntu asobola okusoma oluzungu. Please note I am taking Guinness. By the way, abagenda okunsuwinga ndiwo okubategeeza mbu I'm under the influence. I am under the influence. Abagenda okunsuwinga. I am under the influence. Whatever I am saying, it's null and void. But Nang, if you can read English for us, please send a request and say, okay, Moronji, come here. You just send a request and say, Senga, I'm here. By the way, people that want to sue me, I hereby reliably tell you I am under the influence of alcohol. Byenjogera sibimanyi, sibyekakasa, sibirinaako anything. I am drunk. I am drunk, guys. I am under the influence of alcohol. I don't understand anything I'm saying. Please don't take anything I'm saying as serious. That's a disclaimer. Swina. Swina way. Swin. Kashwera abo wani. Banange wabewo a jotuso. By the way, guys, I am under the influence of alcohol. Anything I'm saying is null and void. Thank you. Vicky. Amahano gakagwa egwa toki gakagwira kimu boja abantu abali kundora abaliyo mundora enwesa ntamire ebinkubaza byona timbi manyire nwira amaru I am under the influence of Guinness. Patty is here. Patty, you send request. Send request. Waliwo wano mulungi. Mulungi. Guys, I'm under the influence. Iwe. Mulungi.
Hello.
Mulungi. Agande.
Marungi.
N'okutushomera.
Yes, I want to try.
Oh, don't try. Say yes, I want to read. Now start. Banange, wait. Okay. Okay. I want you to... ono tajja kusobola talina data mulungi toyina data. Guys, I want a person that can speak very good English. Please say I am here, I went to international school. Please write in the comment and say I went to international school. Please, this is a disclaimer. Anything that I'm saying at this juncture, I am drunk. I am under the influence of alcohol. I am under the influence of alcohol, and whatever I am saying is allegedly. Gifty. Nagaba. Patty.
Wanji.
No kutushomera.
Ego.
Okay, Kamanzi. And please be a little bit loud and audible. Okay, you start.
I start?
Yes.
Kamanzi Mark married Diana Keishichi Naamanya 19 years ago. A very beautiful girl who was still doing her bachelor's degree that time. In other words, she got married at 23. According to friends and age mates, they say that Diana was still a virgin, meaning she only knew Mark. This was the most beautiful couple everyone talked about and admired. What happened? Around 2017, when they had produced their fourth born child, Kamanzi started demanding a baby boy from Diana, cause all the 4 kids were girls. 2018, Mark started cheating with one girl called Debbie Ikiriza Karire, who calls herself Crash Teachers on social media. In a few months, Debbie got pregnant and introduced Kamanzi to her parents. Mind you, the dowry were from Diana's cows in Karengo farm. This story is very long, but I'll try to make it short. Months later, Diana started falling sick, 2018, early 2019. Kamanzi touched her mentally and stopped her from communicating to everyone, not even her mom or siblings. Later, she started taking her to rehab centers, saying Diana had mental illness.
Okay. Start. I will explain why he was lying. Okay, go on.
I will explain why he was lying about Diana's mental illness and paying doctors to inject her all sorts of medication. Remember, he had married the so-called Debbie. Few months later, she gave birth to a baby boy. Guess what? The baby wasn't for Kamanzi after DNA. The test wasn't taken. No, the test was taken after 2 weeks of giving birth. Mark went to Debbie's father and asked for 96 cows. Remember, this man had just bought 12 cows, but he claimed that he had invested a lot in their daughter, including a car.
First pause. Guys, imagine omusajja okujja okuwasa with 12 cows, na demanding for 96 cows. Genda maaso.
Had just bought 12 cows, but he claimed that he had invested a lot in their daughter, including a car, money, etc. The elders in Rushunguru sub-county called Kamanzi, and he was given 35 cows. Imagine, because he was willing to take them in court and also take their land. After all that, Kamanzi took everything from Debbie, house, car, etc. She started her own life. Part 2. Not forgetting Kamanzi caused Debbie's father's death after taking 35 cows. The man fell sick and died the following year. Kamanzi didn't stop on Debbie. He got another young girl who had finished her senior 6, used her and dumped her after going to her parents' home in Remikoma, Burunga sub-county, Kazo.
Told them
to remove the iron sheets, that he was going to renovate their home, which they did. He never showed up to marry their daughter. Kamanzi has done a lot of that to his own family and siblings. He was at one time put on Bukede TV because of stealing land from her biological sister. Everyone knows that. Even the video was later put on TikTok. But good enough, she won the case, and later he started claiming land of Alese, who is also her biological sister that stays in Canada. Alese became mad, chased Mark's kids from her home. Kids were taken to infrastructure homes, something like that. Diana was living in her apartment alone ever since she moved to Canada. She would see her kids once in a month, and later on, they denied her from seeing them again. Before all that, Kamanzi tried to convince Diana to ask for her estate, kubagana ebintu, in brackets, kubagana ebintu, from her father's family, which she refused. The family was against it. They were seeing how Diana was being treated, e.g., she wasn't allowed to go anywhere or talk to anyone. She was always guarded by police, not until Diana's brother Don informed the authorities and got Diana out of the house and took her to the hospital, and the doctor said she had bad depression and mental illness.
a month later,
Kamanzi defiled a divorce and started using reports from the rehabilitation hospital that Diana was mentally unstable to take care of children. They went to court, and it was in Diana's favor. They won the case. Kamanzi has taken Diana's family in court over 7 years, but all the cases were in Diana's favor. They won every case that I can't even mention here. He would open cases for every individual that was fighting for Diana. Months later, Mark kidnapped Diana and the kids, took them in one of the apartments in Munyonyo, started processing paperwork, asked Diana for forgiveness, told her they were going to start living a happily new life again, promising her that their children wanted the best education. That's why he wanted them to move to Canada. But unfortunately, it was all a different story. Remember, he had taken Diana to court to take children. The court was in favor for Diana to stay with the kids till they are 18 and decide on their own. So Kamanzi taking Diana to Canada, it's not that he loved or cared about her, no. He wanted full authority to his kids, and the only password was Diana. Now what happened when they reached in Canada? When they reached Canada, Diana was put in an apartment.
And the kids, you start from there, and the kids
were taken to their maternal aunt, Aunt Alice. Before leaving for Canada, Diana was pregnant and produced a baby girl again from Canada. Kamanzi gave out her child to a certain Muzungu, say that Diana is mentally unstable to take care of her baby, and denied her to see her other children from hospital. Diana went back home. The family decided that she should go to shelters and seek for asylum. They did paperwork and got her a lawyer. Everything went on well. She left the shelters and got an apartment, started a new life, even got a temporary job. The whole of last year she was okay, but she was stressed over her last baby. She didn't know where to start from. Besides all that, Kamanzi came back to Uganda, finished his divorce file, which was unfinished, meaning Diana knew they are still together. He didn't stop. He went kidnapped 24-year-old girl from MOOPS. She didn't even graduate, promised to take her back to school, produced 2 kids. Mind you, the family didn't know her whereabouts, and the second baby was a boy. Then she introduced him to her family of Mr. Rabukoma of Ntungamo. They gave her away. They gave her the party was last year, but they didn't wed back to Canada's family. Diana fell sick in late November last year and refused to go to the hospital.
she told her family. She told her family. She refused to go to hospital. She told her family that.
She told her family that she was sick because of her children. She wanted to see her children. That's all. They tried to talk to Kamanzi, but talk to Kamanzi about it. He blocked everyone close to Diana. Remember, kids were chased from their auntie's home. They are living on their own. The eldest is 19, the youngest is 7. The other 1.5 years was adopted by a Mzungu. Kamanzi married. He is still in Uganda with a new family. The other family is in air. Early December, everyone started looking for a visa to go to Canada to see Diana. Unfortunately, visas were denied later. They got someone who helped them, got 2 visas of a certain conference that was around 20th in January. They traveled, but the doctor said she was in coma already and her brain had failed. They put a family Zoom to see everything that was taking place, and they were asked to accept and sign papers by the first daughter, which she did. They removed machines, and Diana went to be with the Lord. I can't term this man's heart. He's just a beast. Even after Diana's death, he said that they should burn the body. What kind of human being is this?
Kakati Oyo, that was the first person that wrote to me. Let me see if I can. Please, everyone, these are stories as told to me in my inbox. I don't know how true they are. Kambalete bantu mwa abasajja tebatwagala. Mwegendereza abasajja. Za musajja talinzita, wallahi talinzita. Talinzita. Naba omusajja mbaleetere omulala. Omusajja nze baleetere wano eno emboozi endala. Wait a minute. Baleetere. Nga bwe mutaapinga live, men don't love us. Men don't love us. Men don't love us. They just love what we have. In between our legs, they love our uteruses. Naye mama, men, you don't love us. I don't know why. Yet, women abakazi be babazaala ne lwaki mutubonyaabonya? Aleetere wano emboozi ya Diana. Actually, emboozi ya Diana happened at the same time as the other Diana. Actually, the day that Diana died, weba ndeetere emboozi yani, okay, it's here. Wait. Ensi eno abasajja tebatwagala. Yino. Era bagamba era bibino ne bandeetera wano ebigundi bya Diana nga fayiringa bibino naye munnange first wait. Abasajja tebatwagala. Guys, do you need me over there? Huh? Do you guys need me over there? Let me see if I can see that conversation. Norris, abasajja mubalabe naye abasajja tebatwagala. Abasajja tebatwagala. And I hereby inform akawala akakazi kahindu. When a man hates you, he marries you. When a man hates you, he marries you. Era. You shall be here. Okay. Emboozi ebadde ya date ki binoonya mu inbox. Beginning of Feb. Okay. I know. When a man hates you, he marries you. Did you guys know that? 4th of Feb. Okay. Let me see if I have it here in my gallery. 4th of Feb. Okay. When a man hates you, he marries you. Did you guys know that? That when a man hates you, he marries you. When a man hates you, he marries you. naye munnange ate Diana oyo bambi yafa. Even the Linda called it me check one in. If I can wait, let me see if I can. I'm trying to get those other stories, but basically that's the story.
I found 3 cars that are mine. I'm gonna put it on my dick so I don't lose them.
Hey, wait.
I'm just gonna go eat something.
Go eat a fruit.
I'm just gonna play with something that has
Abasajja baana mmwe tebatwagala. Ndekonze tewana ebugundi. Sajja tebatwagala era nze bannange buli wendaba omwana ow'obuwala eyeyalira omusajja n'amwebikka nyeenya n'omutwe. Abasajja baana mmwe batwagala. Era nze buli wendaba omwana ow'obuwala eyepikira ku musajja n'omutwe. Okay, it's here. So, okay, wano. Nze buli wendaba omuntu yenna eyeesigulira ku musajja omusajja. Emboozi yiyo basooka kugindeetera mu ki Snapchat. Beautiful Senga, there is a serious bad story happening in Uganda that you need to put on your story. There is a lady called Diana who died in Canada yesterday. Her ex-husband called Kamanzi lawyer is the cause of her death. He divorced her, took her to Canada with her 5 daughters, separated her from all her kids and put them in foster homes, asked her to seek asylum and never returned to Uganda. The lady died of depression and her family is trying to return her body, but yesterday Kamanzi was planning to go to Canada and make sure Diana's body is cremated and they bring her to ashes. Her family is well connected with Ugandan generals. They put a travel ban on Kamanzi's passport until Diana's body is returned to Uganda. Banange abantu mwenna abandaba ntamidde. I am under the influence of alcohol. Bwe banansiba munanzijayo. Nze nonna abantu abansuubinga ekisooka ndi mwavu. Abantu baba basuubinga what happens. Bagenda mu kkomera ene Bulaaya olw'okukola olugambo. Basobola okusiba n'ogenda mu kkomera olw'okubera kati olwo tugenda kukola tuti. Kati bayinza kunsiba myezi emeka? Myezi. Emyaka. Tuba tugumbula abantu ne basiba emyaka mbuze nga bansiba emyaka ngendeko mu kkomera nga luwe. Abagamba nti ndi gumite bannange siri gumite. Emboozi eno I'm putting it out there not because yobambu biki. As told, please, as told, I have no idea if it's true or not. As told. And the owner did not give me his other side of the story. Apparently, he was asking me to delete I don't know what. Behavior. Allegedly. Imbu. Never to abasajja tebatwagala. Tebatwagala. Did you put a foil on the handle? Good. Tebatwagala. Iranzi, omwana kakati oyo kakati Pulima Senga, George Senga abadde ne chance etta Pulima yandimuse. Yandimuse. Because yamutattadda yenna na mumalayo.
Have you seen the dustbin? I saw it somewhere.
Muri there.
Yes, it was
Kulikayo. Muwulidde baddiyale abasajja tebatwagala. By the way, abantu laba ndiwo okubategeeza tutandika butandisi live tetennatandika muwandikaawo mu comment no harm tujjeko gundi mulina n'okulya emmere nange. You have to eat food with me. Yeah? Tapping live. I think I should nzijulira mama Spinach. Unless Auntie Queenie I say greens. But it's still.
Can you give me that piece of and put some chili?
Mama, come.
You still want your old contact on your back?
Still transferring things.
Mama, try. Akagera
aliwa oyo abagera bijjeko nzaazizzaako
kagera omanyi kyentegeera. I want you to ask people what are right. Tell me, go and ask me. You guys, what does kagera mean? Ask them, what does Kagera Benson mean? Kagera Benson. Ask them and you tell me what they will answer.
Hi. They've told me to ask you guys what Kagera Benson means. I don't know what it means.
Guys, what is Kagera?
What is Kagera Benson?
Kagera.
Someone said it's a river.
Yes.
It's a river.
A river. Wait, like as in I cooked a lot of soup. Like I pushed a lot of water.
With the envasols.
Wait, if it's a river, why is it called a Benson?
What did you say, Auntie?
It's water body. Kati obadde awo n'otufumbira olabye nga twetaaga okuwuta ku supu.
What did Auntie say?
Mama said.
Tapping live mubadde mutya temutappinga live temukonkomentinga mubigamba ani kale muwandiike no harm. If you don't want, you can log off and I also log off and I have dinner with my family. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Mama, I want to eat.
Era munnange Maaka yantiisizza okunsiba naye nze munnange no Maaka ne bw'ononsiba era nja kuvaayo ndigumite sirigumite bannange nze maama nze taata byebyo tegedde ekyo ekintu. Why are you giving me work at this time? I said I'm not taking no work. That's still 24th of Feb. I do not want to book for work. Tomorrow is Pink Shirt Day. Oh no, it's Wednesday.
Wednesday, that's pink shirt.
Okay. So guys, mutapinga era hivyo naye nga bannange ebya Diana byebyo bannange abaana ab'obuwala mwena abanda abasajja tebatwagala tubeere nabo nenga tukimanyi mbuno abasajja tebatwagala abasajja tebatwagala. Waliwo wano ampereza message nangamba oba bannange lindako kamba someremu agambye Senga, it's true men don't love us. I was 7 months pregnant and a man, my baby daddy, reported me to police. Mbuno, I'm stalking him and threatening him. Like, why would I do that? And later he came back and said I wanted they arrest you, and later he wanted me to abort at 8 months. But now my baby's 7 months old. We are hustling on our own. Bananga basajja tebatwagala. Namwe abasajja tebatwagala. Omusajja yankuba nga mukwatidde mu bwenzi nga nina olubuto lwa myezi wajindaba nga mukwatidde mu bwenzi nga tazaalangako nankuba nga nina olubuto nga lwa myezi wajindaba. Tebatwagala. Ejo nga mukwatidde mu bwenzi. Wandikaawo no harm commenting. Imagine okuzaalira omusajja omwana we asooka. Nali lubuto lwa myezi 5 omusajja n'ankuba nga mukwatidde mu bwenzi. Tebatuwagala. Abasajja. Actually, I think men should have married each other. They should have married each other. Nankuba ne mugamba mukwano nkukyaye, ne mugamba onkubye, ne mugamba nkukyaye. Era nembeera naye ng'amaze okunkuba, but deep down in my heart nali mukyayi. Nembeera naye nenzaala omwana wange. Omwana wange nali nakamuzaala nga wa weeks eza. Napulumanga atutte omwana ku wooko. Tebatwagala. Naye nze newunya n'okwewunya. Era nze every time I look at a woman putting down a fellow woman because of a man, I even shake my head. Waliwo abuziza tewadda mabega diyale paka kati n'ebirala bingi bye tasobola bagamba wano, because you guys always have a way of using our stories against us and twisting them. N'ebirala bye mutamanyi bye twerekereza, naye abasajja tebatwagala. Men deserve each other. Men deserve to marry each other. Beebonyebonye beekube, beekiitingeko. Waliwo ambuziza Senga olina abaana bameka. So following olyoka ombuuza, meaning you don't follow me. Abasajja. Era nze buli wendaba omukazi nga gamba omusajja takwagala, era ayagala, nze ngamba abasajja nze ndaba balebe. Of course I cannot hate men kuba abasajja be banzaala. I love my darling father. I think he's the only man. Awulira naye abasigadde sibalinaako buzibu. We cannot do without men. Abasajja batuzaalamu abaana. Abasajja, they are our brothers. We also have our friends that are men. Naye omusajja naye webale kuza abaana bulungi, mukwana abaana mbakuza bulungi. Era nza abaana bange sisobola bagamba mbu abasajja mu bakyawa, abasajja mu baagale. Naye omusajja wakulagira bwati shege mugambe mukwanwe. Nange maama wange did not sit. Nze one of the reasons why I decided to be a bad wife oba a single mother is because I never want my children to think it's okay to be abused. I want my kids to always say, you know what? Olaba, my mother didn't stay. Hello? Yes, please. Speaking. Yes, please. It's what, sorry? Okay. I think on TikTok. No. Yeah, kinda. So your phone is like either are you putting like headphones or something? Because like I'm not audibly hearing you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but for some baana bange komyewa. I never want my daughters to sit back and have a man hit them every damn day and think it's okay. Because it's not. I never want my daughters to stay with a person that does not fight to stay in their lives. I want to be an example. I want my daughters to always see and say, you know what? If this is not working out, I don't have to stay because my mother did not stay and we were doing just fine. But that does not mean that I don't want my children to be in happy love relationships and marriages. I want them to be, but I never want them to settle for a marriage that is not making them happy. And that is what you should also do. Never settle in a marriage that is not making you happy. Abamu mubera mugamba otudderwa abaana my love. One of the worst decisions you can ever make is to stay because of the kids, because your child is gonna watch a man treat you like shit. Your child is gonna sit and watch all that abuse taking place. That means your breeding grounds for your child to be comfortable with abuse. You know, so. Bamikwano omuntu yenna andaba. I want to make a disclaimer, guys. I don't hate marriage. No, I don't hate love. Love is a beautiful thing. Marriage is a beautiful thing. But you should be in marriage when you are respected. You should be in marriage when you're loved and respected. You should be in marriage when you're loved and respected. When a person apologizes, when a person works on the marriage with you, when a person listens to you. But if none of those things are there, you're wasting time because you're teaching your children that it's okay to be abused or to abuse. And this is both ways. It's for both men and women. You know? So every time you're sitting, you're subjecting your kids to witness something that in the future will either damage them or they will settle for that, saying, well, kagume olaba ne mama wange yaguma. Nze saagala abaana bange bagume olw'okuba nange naguma. Nedda, my kids don't deserve naku. I would rather have my daughter sleep in her bed without a black eye. Nenga yebasa otulo. I would rather have my child yebake yebike anasinge omuyimo than nursing a black eye. I don't want that.
Agreed.
I don't want my child to be with a man that is gonna go and have kids elsewhere, akomewonga drunk, that does not respect her, that yells to her in public. I don't want that. I want my kids to know that it's okay to be alone until when you find a person that is going to respect you and love you for who you are. That is what I want. But if you stay in that marriage, that abusive marriage, where a man goes, then your child, because our daughters always want to be like us. I don't want my daughter to be okay with a man abusing her. Sagala mwana wange kuguma. Sichagala. Sagala mwana wange kuguma. Sagala. Sagala. Because realistically speaking, why would you hit a fellow adult? Why? 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 Nze bantu bange mwena banda basagala mwana wange kuguma. Actually, I'm okay omwana wange okugumira obwavu. I'm okay. I'm okay omwana wange okugumira obwavu. I'm not okay omwana wange okugumira emigo, okugumira obwenzi, okugumira all those things. I'm not okay with it. Sagala. Omwana wange it's okay agumire obwavu n'embeera embi. Sagala mwana wange agumire mukuba migo na mukiyitingako na kumwa abusinga mentally and physically. Sagala mwana wange agume. Nze nsobola okugumira obwavu nenfumbanga nakati nenfumbanga akawunga. Sagala mwana wange agumire ebintu nga sagala. Hai, abasajja bantu bange tebatuwagala. Babuulira. Babuulira. Babuulira nze. Abantu abandaba. Munjukira omwana gwe twaleeta wano. Omwana ow'obuwala eyajja wano n'atunyumiza omusajja. Ojjukira omwana omuwala eyajja wano n'akaaba. Like a month back, right? Yajja wano n'akaaba n'agamba omusajja andekawo n'agenda n'afuna omukazi n'akomawo n'aŋŋamba bajja bange ne banvuma. Mumujjukira. Nange n'abasajja tugenda bakunkolera kibaanamu. Abasajja tugenda bakole tukaabemu baanammwe. Tukaabemu. Basajja muli babi. Musajja takulyako ssente akulya amalobbo. Musajja n'akuzaalamu abaana n'atabalabirira. Basajja muli babi. Kati ntunuulira Diana, her only crime was loving a man. Her only crime was loving a man. Ate mwe abantu mwenna abanda banaddala abakyala tudde eno live ey'olwaleero ya mwana ow'obuwala. Live ey'olwaleero ya mwana ow'obuwala. Omwana ow'obuwala ndaba ndiwo okutegeeza bino ebigambo. Depression kills. Osobola okufa. Osobola okufa olw'omusajja. You can die. Babuulira. You can die of depression.
You don't know.
Babuulira.
I mean,
You can die. Abantu bafa ne bafa laavu. Laavu esobola okukutta mu abandaba. Owulire? Love esobola okutta, heartbreak esobola okutta, depression esobola okutta. Mukimanyi mbu nno laavu mukimanyi mujjukira omukazi gwe bayitanga Ferry. Mukimanyi Ferry yafa laavu. May her soul rest in peace. May her soul rest in peace. Mujjukira muwala gwe bayitanga Ferry. Waliwo awo agambye it was a tumor. Kakati gwe awandiise ekyo ekintu sigenda kuvuma. Sigenda kuvuma. Sigenda kuvuma, but do you know depression can cause a brain tumor? Do you know that depression is a disease of the mind and the brain? Do you know? Do you know that depression can cause a brain tumor? You don't know? You don't know it? Aha. Mukwano osobola okufa oyo omwana love yamudisappointinga yafumbirwawo omusajja bamuyita Mr. Lubzi. If you guys remember, guy nga akola maje mu Navy ne beteekako nezi tatu Mr. Lubzi nga beyagala okufaako bufi. Ferry n'alyoka yeeyagala. Mukwano Ferry n'anoonya omwana n'abula. Omwami we n'ayagala mukwano gwe. The guy was a narcissist. Guy nga mwenzi. Guy n'azina mukwano gwa Ferry n'amuwasa n'amukuba n'embaga. As we speak bakyali bombi bakola n'embaga n'okwanjula bali bombi best friend wa Ferry. Ne tukomaawo tetwavaawo olwavaawo yenna n'aluzinga hope in love. She fell in love with a married man. Kansoke nfuke she fell in love with a married man. Kansoke afuta Mr. Lubs. She fell in love with a married. By the way, musole na yo waneno tugeya n'abafu. Kansoke nfuke. Thank you.
Okay, I washed my body. And when I washed it and like it was brown. The water was I'm very impressed. Whatever. Exactly.
But Mama, you did not tell me that you want
I'm telling you about what's in the oven. Sorry, check on what's in the oven. And I'm sorry, I don't know
food. And say,
no, so I know once you come and eat this right now, right?
no, it's not
Yes, I don't want them there. It's better than this. Yes, I don't think so. No. Let me give you food.
Na nzize mwana muwala ng'agwa mulaavu n'omusajja omufumbo. Yes, please.
Can you help me with my toothbrush?
To the pot.
Mommy, you know my hands are
Tyra,
Angie?
do you want to take a break?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
What?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nkomyewa bampeyo ne ku charger. Baswiti bampe ne ku charger banyumize.
Tie charger which tie don't was it that next. Charger that's not the gym them way I want to see.
Owulira komyewa komyewa mmwe bakasodde. Lubuzi munnayuganda lubuzi eke Lubega anyumiza mwako munnange nga amaze okugetinga disappointed ng'akwata ekkubo ng'agenda ng'afallinga in love n'omusajja omubi.
Yes, there are two parts to the black charger. I'm only seeing one.
It's there.
Where?
It's still in there.
Where? It's not here.
Don't trust you. Let's cut again. What I got to know.
Until this is not here.
Yeah, wait, that's good. Yeah, Mama, that's
Oh, it's gonna kick the tray.
Munnange ng'agwa mulaavu n'omusajja omufumbo. Omusajja oyo abamumanyi bamuyitanga Haruna yali bouncer wakwanjenwa nga Mukambwe ditya. He was a handsome guy. Nenga yenna Mukambwe. Bannange Haruna. Waliwo abasajja babiri kwanjenwa Haruna ne Buyinza. Hello, Anjenwa team. Abagendanga mwanjenwa, let me know if you remember. Good night, honey. What do you njenwa Haruna mumumanyi mumutegedde yayimirirangaawo ku mulyango nga abeera bwati. He was a handsome guy nga mukulu mutegedde. Yalina n'edduuka lya awawo teka mugonda. Yalina n'edduuka lya babiyita batya emizindaalo biki babiyita batya speaker zimanya microphone babiyita batya ebyo awaawo ku mutaasa. Yes, yalina sound system awo ku mutaasa. Kati bambi Haruna was a married man. Please remember, Ferry used to work with what? With Njenwa also as their PA. PRPA. Okay. Public relations, yes. Bambi nga abakolera. Kati, they were really friends with Haruna because Haruna was a bouncer. Ono nga PR. Nga bami kukwano kati ono avudde mu relationship marriage. Not even a relationship, actual marriage. Afunyemu awe ebizibu, relocatinze, avudde mu America, akomyewo. You know, nga ba mikwano ne Haruna. Nga bwe mumanyi nammwe nga abantu abakulu. Harry was a pretty girl, by the way, very pretty. And this guy too was a cute guy. And both of them were Muslims. They started dating. Kati Haruna oyo yali musajja musiraamu nnyo abasajja abasiraamu kyemba manyika abasajja abasiraamu bakozesa eddiini akola byakola naye nga akwagazisa eddiini munnange musajja nga atandika okudatinga Ferry nga atandika okudatinga Ferry nga atandika okwebikirira Ferry nga ate Ferry yali muwambazi. She had a very good sense of fashion nga atandika okwebikirira eddiini ng'efuuka eddiini bambi Haruna nga alwala cancer. Unfortunately Haruna amala okulwala cancer. Jukira Haruna yali musajja mufungo. Nedda bambi, it was not HIV, yalwala cancer. Kati jukira Haruna yali musajja mufumbo. I'm told. Kati wano nga yakatandika okulwala abantu nga bagenda omukyalira of course nga boogera ate yalwawo nnyo okugamba abantu nti nno ki ayina cancer. So na preparing a Ferry namugamba ndi mulwadde sigenda kuwona nenda kufa bichi. But Ferry was, both of them were really in love with each other. I mean, at least according to what Ferry told us, you know, told the public. That hit Ferry so much. Ferry didn't look at life the same way. And when in Haruna's last days, I think the wife had gotten to know that Ferry was a mistress, and I'm told they stopped Ferry from seeing Haruna, and that did not sit well with her. Muchala, I think, finding her out, so they stopped Ferry from seeing Haruna, I mean from visiting him, and that really didn't go well with her because she was in love with this man, she loved this man brought a lot of happiness in her life, especially after her marriage failed. Like, she really believes this guy was her soulmate. She really believed this guy was her soulmate. She says she did not have anything, negative to say about this guy. But unfortunately, this guy was married, ibananga abantu abafumbo. Munange nga, so his last days, actually, let me see if I have that. Give me a second. Wait a minute, let me see. Hey.
Yeah, she didn't wash it on Sunday.
I don't think I have it here, but I know that Ferry bamugana okulaba Haruna ennaku za Haruna ezaasembayo, so she was so depressed, like she was in love with a dying person and she remained in love with a dead person. After this guy died, Ferry, her life was never the same again. Her life was never the same again. She never looked at life the same again. She talked to this guy. She went to his favorite places. She wore his favorite clothes. Bali bapangisa enyumba, I think. Then she would talk to, as in short, very depression after that guy's death. And that was the beginning, and that was like she wouldn't talk to anybody. She would not talk to anybody. Her depression worsened. Nga yesibira mu nyumba, she wouldn't talk to nobody. And as a result, she became disoriented. She became disoriented, nga bagenda okulaba nga akola ebintu ebiri mental. Like her mental health went down the drain. I think at some point she looked, I don't remember well, but I think she locked herself in the room and she wouldn't come out, and then wait, what? Like you're speaking in my ears. I think like she was doing things in Gatebi Kwatagana. Yeah. She wouldn't talk to anybody, like she distanced herself from everyone until when I think the family noticed that something was wrong, and I think they took her in, and she was diagnosed with acute depression. And I think as time, whatever it was, and then they found she had a tumor, that is how yatandika bwatyo beswe namugoberera. But her prayer was she wanted to die and be with Harun. That was her prayer. Era we yatuukira okufa, she was okay with it. Nagamba temunkabira, I am happy where I am going. I'm going to be with my soulmate. Like yali ayagala kufa era naafa. Yeah. Natugamba notugamba tetumukabira. Ferry nagamba tebateeka manya ebifaananyi majja wa. It was a really love sad story. Yeah, Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. She wanted to die and be with Haruna. So if there is life after death, I'm sure Ferry is happy. Ferry natugamba not tugamba. By the time you read my wishes, I will be happy somewhere. Yeah. Yalina musanyufu mbu talese mwana, like yagamba she wants to be wiped from the face of the earth. She never wants to be remembered in any way in this world because she does not belong here. You people, love etta, depression etta, but that's it. That's Ferry's story. Such a beautiful girl. Abatamanyi Ferry yali ex w'omulangira Ssuuna. Let me see if I can find her pictures. Let me see if I can pull you her story as told by herself. Ku Gundia Crystal Newman. Can I please have a speaker? Very Chimbwe Crystal Newman interview.
Oh, Tom's dead.
The one-on-one. My guest today passed away a little over 2 weeks ago. And I am sharing this interview because she was very specific in life about what she wanted.
She wanted this story, like Yamanya, like she wanted to tell her story when she's dead. She wanted us to know her story when she's already dead. So she called Crystal Newman to tell her, like to interview her and keep it until when she's dead, to play it for the people. Yeah. So nenda mubaleta kamba playing emboozi mwe baana mmwe bwe muteesonyiwa abasajja laavetta ofa mukwano laava ekutta n'ofa Why is it blinking like that?
As Fairy Kim, known to most as Farida Chimbugwe. Hello and welcome to this special episode of Crystal One-on-One. My guest today passed away a little over 2 weeks ago. And I am sharing this interview because she was very specific in life about what she wanted. Affectionately known as Fairy Kim, known to most as Farida Chimbugwe, she was a businesswoman, she was a publicist and an entertainment manager. Many people remember her as a PRO for Governor. She succumbed to brain cancer. And to take you back, we actually had a conversation on Crystal One-on-One in 2020, right in the middle of COVID-19, a lockdown. So it was a conversation that we did online. And we promised each other that we would sit down again and have another interview in person. I think about last year, I started to see a lot of her social media posts. She started talking about brain tumors, recovery from brain surgery. And when we reconnected, she told me that she had had brain surgery, a tumor had been removed, and this was after she had also lost the love of her life to cancer as well. So we agreed to have an interview.
So gwe omuntu andaba, it's not a coincidence that Haruna died of cancer and Ferry also died of cancer. So that was severe depression.
To have an interview. The only difference is, and again, this is, I think people who knew Ferry knew how specific she was about what she wanted. She asked that I only share this interview with you after she had passed on. So I am honoring her wishes today This is a conversation that we had in January this year. Crystal One-on-One with Fairy Kin.
Thank you so much, Crystal.
Fairy.
Hi, Crystal. Thank you for having me again. Or thank you for coming because I asked you this time.
No, it's nice to see you. When we spoke that time, we're like, no.
Yeah.
I have to have an interview in person.
Such a beautiful
true.
girl.
Because online wasn't exactly the same thing.
It wasn't, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you reaching out is humbling, to say the least.
Thank you. Thank
I will
you.
say, how are you doing?
Well, today I'm good. Today is a good day.
Today is a good day.
Yeah, so I'm good today.
You mentioned to me that you're just a month off of surgery.
Yes, I had
second surgery.
Well, it's a long story, and that's why we're here.
Whoever is asking when this was, this story is in 2023. Yeah, it's in 2023.
But I'll start from where we last chatted. That's about 3 years ago.
Yes.
By then, it was lockdown, and we were promoting and giving away Waganda sugar, preparing the country for that new product.
Yes.
So I was all over the place doing that, and everything was wonderful. I was living in Munyonyo.
At that time.
At the time, you do remember that. You didn't come, but
Yes,
I told you. So I was living in Munyonyo, everything was good. Then the lockdown was lifted. That very year, by the way, Crystal, 2020 January, I had an accident.
Oh, okay.
I didn't talk about in that interview.
Yes.
Yes, because it was quite fresh. I had this in 2020 January, where I got my face really, like half my face was all smashed, and it was terrible. I was bleeding, and it was really bad. But talking about that accident is very crucial in today's interview.
Okay.
And the reason why is because I bled so much. My whole hijab was full of blood. And when we got to the hospital, the first thing they were worried about was if I had damaged my brain, because if I had internal bleeding. So they had to do a CT scan for my brain. And they did not find any bleeding. They didn't find anything. Brain was normal, tissues were normal, everything was normal. So it was an external injury.
Okay.
It was a flesh wound.
Okay.
Although
so
it was a really,
internal.
yes, well, nothing internal was impacted. Although it was very bad because I think under my eye was all damaged. I normally have naturally I have a black beauty spot. It was all ripped away.
Okay.
I cracked 4 teeth and the whole of my lower lip was ripped. So literally, this side of my face was all damaged.
Is this a car accident?
Yes.
Okay.
We were rushing. I was with Betty. You've met Betty. I was with Betty and we were rushing to take clothes to a client. At the time, I was doing selling abayas to clients. So this client really wanted her outfit for a wedding the next day. So we rushed. There was too much traffic. Gaba Road, Munyonyo, coming from Munyonyo. So I said, the traffic's too much. Just forget about it. Let's jump on a border.
Okay.
So go to the Shell. There's a Shell station on Gaba Road. Parked there, left the car there, and then stopped a border. It didn't even take very, as soon as we got onto it, a few meters down,
That's when you had
a car hit us.
car hit you.
So I flew off the border, fell in the middle of the road, and other cars would have smashed me, but
naye mu abantu balina ebisiraani nga tetunneeyongerayo mu maaso abantu balina ebisiraani on your wedding day baaya tezinnabeera ready omuntu n'agamba kaninnye booda ntwalire omugole abaaya booda n'emukoona mulaba abantu bwe balina ebisiraani olaba woofa olw'ebisiraani by'omuntu omulala. I hope that wedding did not last because there were all signs. Genda maaso.
Allah is great. He rolled, my body rolled, unconscious at the time, my body rolled and fell
In like a ditch.
in a ditch, in a trench. Yes.
Okay.
So, the first person to call in my phone, my husband, Haji. They couldn't get a hold of him. So they called Nicholas, at the time who was the manager of Governor. So Nicholas calls Haji. Haji doesn't pick, so...
Nicholas mubuuzeeko, Nicholas oli otya? Wobeera nga ondaba wakafa olumba enjala n'ekusoga wazaala mu muganda wange n'omubonyaabonya wamuzaalamu omwana bamuyita Ryan wakafa olumba enjala n'ekusoga musajja gwe kasajja gwe wakafa olumbe naye one day one time we shall meet on the finishing line.
It's my brother, the owner of this house. Hassan, where we are. Hassan. So Hassan happened to be having guests in the country. And normally when he has guests in the country, he has military clearance. So he doesn't stop in traffic or anything of the sort. And he was going to Ambroseli to pick up his son because it happened during lunchtime. So by the time they got me to the hospital, his military and they'd cleared out. By the time from the accident to the Empire Hospital.
By the way, abanyumiza Emboozi ferry omugenzi RIP. She was not an ordinary Ugandan. Yali mwana wa mugagga. Yali mwana wa mugagga ndowooza era muwulira n'ebintu byayogera. Yali mwana wa mugagga togeza n'ogamba her story is like mine. It's not. Eyiye erimu ssente. Tugende maaso.
He had already crossed all the way from Bugolobi to that hospital because he had clearance to go through traffic. So they walk in, I'm bleeding, I can hardly even understand what's going on. I don't know where Betty was at that time, but I think, because she didn't get any damage, she didn't get any affected. So he walks in, and as soon as he gets into the room, he told me, whatever you do, don't look into a mirror.
And that's exactly what you want to do when someone tells you that, right?
Because I think I was so damaged. So he said, whatever you do, don't look into a mirror. But at the time, my faith was really growing.
Wow.
I didn't even care if my face had been damaged or if I looked bad or whatever. I was, alhamdulillah, I was like, praise be to God. Could have been much worse. I could have lost a leg. I could have lost an arm. My head would have been smashed. So I didn't even care if my face was damaged, and everyone was worried about my face and I wasn't even worried about it. So, then Haji came. They didn't get a hold of him before because his phone was in his office.
Please note, Haji is Haruna. Please note, Haji is Haruna. And
he was out.
Moving up and down.
The washing, whatever. So they finally got him and he rushed to us. By the time he got to us, we were being prepared for a scan, being taken to the CT scan. They did the scan, and like I said, everything was okay. So it was just a flesh wound and the teeth, dental and all that. And the reason I'm talking about the scan now is because that was 2020. So 2022, May, the CT scan showed a humongous tumor. So clearly, 2020, when we had our last interview, I didn't have a tumor. Because if I had a tumor, that scan would have caught it. You're guessing? Where I brought the accident in. So the rest of the year goes by. Then 2020, December, Haji gets sick. But it wasn't.
Njagala mugoberere Emboozi. Ferry yafuna accident mu 2020 or whatever. Everything was fine. Just yafuna flesh as in enyama, but naterera. Neba mukebera omutwe, everything was fine. 2020. Then 2020 in December, bawe nalwala. Please note, njagala mungobe, everything all right? Do you need me in the kitchen? Okay. Muwulira.
Cancer.
Okay.
COVID.
You got COVID.
Yes. Away from everyone. And no one can come to you. Very clearance. So he doesn't stop in traffic.
Hatich. Chicho.
Hello and welcome to this special.
No. Just forget about it. Let's jump on a border.
Okay.
Okay.
So go to the Shell. There's a Shell station on Gaba Road. Parked there.
We
Left the car there and then stopped
Soya.
a border. It didn't even take very, very, as soon as we got onto it, a few meters down,
That's when you had
a car hit us.
car hit you.
So I flew off the border, fell in the middle of the road, and other cars would have smashed me, but Allah is great. He rolled, my body rolled, unconscious at the time, my body rolled and fell
In like a ditch.
in a ditch, in a trench. Yes.
Okay.
So, the first person to call in my phone, my husband, Haji. They couldn't get a hold of him. So they called Nicholas. At the time, he was
Nicholas
the manager of
Wakarumbe Kasajja Gwe.
So Nicholas
Nicholas
calls Haji. Haji doesn't
Wakarumbe.
pick, so calls my brother, the owner of his house.
Where we are.
Hassan, where we are.
Yeah, my
Hassan.
brother.
So Hassan happened to be having guests in the country. And normally when he has guests in the country, he has military clearance. So he doesn't stop in traffic or anything of the sort. And he was going to Ambroseli to pick up his son because it happened during lunchtime. So by the time they got me to the hospital, his military and they'd cleared out. By the time
Kadama owulire emboozi. My brother Hassan, the owner of this house, meanwhile that is in Munyonyi, called his manya what Ambroseli, manya his sani, manya la police cars, manya clearance bayise w'omwana. Emboozi ogiwulira kankebere ku mmere, emboozi ogiwulira oyinza olowooza mbu olw'okuba naawe oyina kansa mbu emboozi ze zimu. It's not the same. Kanzije.
from the accident to that Makwaya hospital, he already crossed all the way from Bugolobi to that hospital because he had plans to go through traffic.
Muwulira emboozi.
So they walk in, I'm bleeding, I can hardly even understand what's going on. I don't know where Betty was at that time, but I think, because she didn't get any damage, she didn't get any affected. So he walks in, and as soon as he gets into the room, he told me, whatever you do, don't look into a mirror.
And that's exactly what you want to do when someone tells you that, right?
Because I think I was so damaged. So he said, whatever you do, don't look into a mirror. But at the time, my faith was really growing. I didn't even care if my face had been damaged or if I looked bad or whatever. I was, alhamdulillah, I was like, praise be to God. Could have been much worse. I could have lost a leg, I could have lost an arm, my head would have been smashed. So I didn't even care if my face was damaged, and everyone was worried about my face, and I wasn't even worried about it. So, we were then Haji came. They didn't get a hold of him before because his phone was in his office charging, and he was out.
Yeah, moving up and down.
Yeah, no washing whatever. So we finally got him, and he rushed to us. By the time he got to us, we were being prepared for a scan, being taken to the CT scan. They did the scan, and like I said, everything was okay. So it was just a flesh wound and teeth, dental, and all that. And the reason I'm talking about the scan now is because that was 2020. So 2022, May, the CT scan showed a humongous tumor So clearly, 2020, when we had our last interview, I didn't have a tumor.
Yeah.
Because if I had had a tumor, that scan would have caught it.
Yes.
Witnessing.
Yeah.
Where I brought the accident in. So the rest of the year goes by. Then 2020, December, Haji gets sick.
Okay.
But it wasn't cancer.
Okay.
COVID.
He got COVID.
Yes.
Okay.
He got COVID. The severe COVID where they keep you away from everyone and no one can come to you. Where they put you in isolation. You remember those those COVID days?
Yes.
He made it through, and then we got into the new year, which was 2021.
Yes.
So my anxiety began when he got COVID. I started getting anxiety because I was always, every time the phone rings, you think
You're worried.
you're worried. So my anxiety began 2020. And there's a reason I'm talking about my anxiety as well. So early 2021,
Please note, guys.
he has colon cancer.
Guys, I want you to note these things, okay? Note the years, not about the chronological events that are taking place. In 2020, omwana ono afuna accident nga atwalidde customer biki 2020 December, bawe Haruna, boyfriend woba whatever you wanna term it, afuna COVID. Kati bawe amala okufuna COVID, abeera mu isolation. Ono olw'okwagala nnyo bawe, this is important. Olw'okwagala nnyo bawe, abe anxiety ye, there is something I want you to write down. Wandika nti anxiety awo oba worry, anxiety, worry. Every time a phone is calling you, like oba afudde oba bichi, you know that, when COVID inga yakafuluma nga we twali tutya, I want you people to note down. So that was 2020. Amala okuwona COVID, ndako katini ka nzizeyo a little bit.
So they found his lungs are fine and growing.
Yes.
I didn't even care if my face had been damaged or if I looked bad or whatever. Alhamdulillah, I was like, praise be to God. Could have been much worse. I could have lost a leg. I could have lost an arm. My head would have been smashed. So I didn't even care if my face was damaged. And everyone was worried about my face. And I wasn't even worried about it. So, then Haji came. They didn't get a hold of him before because his phone was in his office charging and he was out.
Yeah, moving up and down.
Yeah, the washing, whatever. So they finally got him and he rushed to us. By the time he got to us, we were being prepared for a scan, being taken to the CT scan. They did the scan and like I said, everything was okay. So it was just a flesh wound and the teeth, dental and all that. And the reason I'm talking about this scan now is because that was 2020. So 2022, May,
Yes.
the CT scan showed a humongous tumor. So clearly, 2020, when we had our last interview, I didn't have a tumor.
Yeah.
Because if I had had a tumor, that scan would have caught it.
Yes.
So the accident did not cause a tumor.
Where I brought the accident in. So the rest of the year goes by. Then 2020, December, Haji gets sick.
Okay.
But it wasn't cancer.
Okay.
COVID.
He got COVID.
Yes.
Okay.
He got COVID. The severe COVID where they keep you away from everyone and no one can come to you. where they put you in isolation. You remember those those COVID days? He made it through, and then we got into the new year, which was 2021. So my anxiety began when he got COVID. I started getting anxiety because I was always
anxiety.
You know, every time the phone rings, you think you're worried.
What
So my anxiety began 2020. And the reason I'm talking about my anxiety as well. So in 2021, he found out he has colon cancer.
2021. The guy finds out he has colon cancer. Ekintu ekiyinza okutekinga out so ezitera okutta abantu amangu, kansa ow'emimiro ne kansa ow'omulubuto. So guys, early 2021, the guy finds out he has colon cancer. Tugende maaso.
I think when he went to get checked again, just to make sure, because he had COVID in December, and then of course he had to go back to make sure it's gone and his lungs are fine and everything.
So he kind of did a full medical checkup as well.
Yes. So they found a tumor in his colon, and I think one on his liver as well. He hid it from me and did not tell me because I think he didn't want to scare me. But it got to, then he did the test to make sure it was cancerous, that the tumor was cancerous. So when he did find out that it was cancerous, that's when he broke the news to me. I remember I was in bed asleep, and he has this part in our bedroom that he loves, his favorite little place. As soon as he gets into the house, whatever he has in the car gives to whoever collects and walks all the way upstairs to, we should have been there now. That's where I planned to have the interview. So walks into the
upstairs, kitegeeza baali babeera mu kalina. Gende maaso.
room, and there's a corner table where he would have his lunch, he would have breakfast in the room.
So that was his
little place. So ever since his passed, I spend a lot of time there. I sit there to read my Quran. I sit there and look through.
Please note, njagala muwulirize emboozi eno and pick a few things. You will see exactly what killed this girl. His favorite place, so even after he passed on, that is her favorite place now. That's where she sits to read her Quran and all that. Please note.
Window, because he always sat in that corner and looked through the window and everything. I think you would have been a witness to that, but we're not home. Hopefully another time. So I was in bed sleeping. I wake up and he's sitting in his favorite spot looking at me. And I'm thinking, okay, what's wrong? Whatever, because it was different. That's not how he used to be. But this time he was very, like, just looking at me. I think wondering, what am I going to do with this one? That kind of, not how do I begin to, but like, how am I going to leave her in the world? That kind of look. So I said, are you okay? Is everything fine? And he tells me, we found cancer. Down and we've been together 5 years. We're going into our, I think, 6th year. It was short, but I had known him for at least
it's pretty much all your life.
Since I came to Uganda and I started working at Governor, I knew him. So, yes, I'd always known him, but not in the way he wanted me to know him.
Those things.
It took a while for me to come around. Exactly, those things. Because in the beginning, when I first met him, I just was so agitated by him because living a completely different kind of life. I wasn't very.
You felt it was very.
awo nga ayagala b'omulangira Suuna, ayagala abasajja ba six pack, ayagala Mr. Lubs. That was the time when, please Nenga, have you heard when at Kampala, I had known him. I had known him when I came to live in Uganda. Omwana yakulira Bulaaya, yasomera Bulaaya. Kadamu ono yasomera Bulaaya.
And very
Yes.
happy exactly. Still partying. And you're like
Exactly. Still partying and this world, like the way Allah does things, So I even went and got married elsewhere because I even got married elsewhere, and he said, no, I can't disturb you. I can't disturb you anymore, because from day one I say to him, listen, I'm not interested. You're not the person, I don't feel what you want me to feel for you. So I said, all I feel for you is friendship. And really it was friendship. There was nothing beyond, but he wanted more than just friendship. He wanted seriousness. He wanted the whole life.
yes.
My mind was elsewhere. So I met the military man, Mr. Loops, got married.
Became a military wife.
The Lubs.
This life is, you can never know what your life is where it's going or how, because the best of writers writes our lives, and that's our creator. So clearly he had already written my whole life for me, and you think you're in control, but and that's the funniest thing. My relationship with Haji was completely out of my control. And yet I control everything else in my life. I make sure I'm doing this, I'm with this, I'm doing that. And for the first time with Haji, I had no control whatsoever. It was totally written. Because I'd known him, been working with him for a good decade, And in that decade, he was pursuing me.
Kadam, decade kitegeeza emyaka 10. Kadam.
I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested. My interests were elsewhere. Like I say, to the point that I even had Kwanjula, got married, and then at the Kwanjula, she provided us with the music.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So he was a good friend. Even how you were figuring it out.
Yes. And he just stayed as a friend. He accepted that she's married who she loves. I'll just support her as a friend. Never crossed the lines, ever. I went to my military marriage. And then I was there. Even though my husband loved me and I loved him too, and what I expected isn't what I got. Because during dating my ex-husband, I was thinking, since he's Muslim and I'm Muslim, we'll complete each other's deen. This is religious. We'll complete each other's deen, and then I can begin practicing more with my partner and so on and so forth. But I reached there. I don't want to say things that might show I'm not appreciative of him, because I am, and we're still very good friends.
Okay.
And I'll talk about that as we go ahead. But I reached there, and it wasn't really
spiritual,
it wasn't
faith was.
There's two things. There's knowing God and understanding God.
Okay.
Most of us know God. We know God is there. We know God. We know God. We have to pray to God. That's knowing God.
Yes.
But understanding God. And I'm glad to say that I'm at a level now where
There is a reason why I'm playing this for you guys.
And no one could have ever done that for me. No one ever did it for me. The only person who taught me to understand Allah is Haji. And may Allah reward him abundantly for that, because he always said, I feel so bad, I haven't done anything for you, I haven't left anything for you, but he did the best thing ever. He made me understand my creator. Ever since I understood my creator, I completely see the world differently. I don't see it the way you see it, Crystal. I don't see it the way we saw it when we met when we had an interview 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm getting all jumbled up. He told me he has cancer, and the whole of 2022 was a year of anxiety, painful, extreme anxiety. Because
one day, 2022 was a year of extreme, painful anxiety till mental health. All of us know anxiety is mental health, right? One day, 2022 painful anxiety. Gende mass. Because of the man having what? Colon cancer. Gende mass.
In the beginning, I asked him, please don't do chemotherapy, because if you're going to do chemotherapy, just tell me so I prepare myself for your death, because you will not survive. That's what I told him.
Why are we so sure of that?
Because everyone I know who's done chemotherapy has never survived.
They don't make it.
They do.
I've known. So I told him, if you're going to do chemo, just tell me so that I prepare myself for you, because you're not going to make it. So I said, let's do juicing, let's change your whole diet, because he was a person who loved chocolates, and every time he came home, he brought cake.
Okay.
He had a sweet tooth. Thank you. Mm-hmm. When I'd get into his car on the side here, rappers,
if you're guilty, we're talking about you.
I know. Mm-hmm. I'd find, chocolate.
Okay.
Biscuits. I was already a sweet tooth because I'm obsessed with cake. Mm-hmm. So now here he comes. The person who is literally a sweet tooth too, and he made the whole sweet tooth worse for me.
No, he's like,
because
exactly. He used to bring cake home every single day to my darling wife.
So there's these biscuits. I can't remember the name, but he those biscuits were always home. He always brought those biscuits.
Okay.
He'd bring them to work. Then the slices, the Java House chocolate.
Too much cake.
Yes.
Oh man.
He'd always bring those boxes, the red velvet, it was all about cakes. And then the very last time I had returned, when my marriage wasn't working at all, I decided
to come back home.
He would call and just show up with cafeteria piles and pints of ice cream. And
are you trying to tell me this man wooed you through cake and ice cream and sweet things? Is it how he changed your mind?
No, it's not how he changed my mind.
Abaana babagagga tebabagulira mamotoka n'amayumba. Mwe abaana b'abaavu mwe bebagulira amamotoka n'amayumba. Abaana babagagga babagulira keeki na chocolate na candy tie. Ntabulira mu binyeebwa.
I think that she just did.
Okay.
How he changed my mind. I remember one time he came and brought cafeteria tons of ice cream. Okay. My little sister Patricia was home that time. I literally told her, Haji has brought, so she took it, and then chocolate cake and from the cafeteria one. Mm-hmm. So we sat in the car. He said he didn't want to go anywhere. He was going to sit in the car. We sat in the car.
Auntie Queen, are you?
She's in the kitchen.
Auntie Queen.
Yeah.
First come. Come here, na change kala kubuuza. Kiki kye njagala ennyo okulya? ennyo okulya.
Hash brown. Are you serious?
No, I just take it, like it's not something that I would get out of the house to go and buy.
Banana chips?
No.
You're not like Mbona Wetaga. You're not a treat.
You know what her story is? Because I'm trying to see, because I get the embos and I'm like, what's that really?
You know those gummies?
Which ones?
You never say no to them.
Which gummies?
Or unaware to those things. What are they called? Those that are like teddy bears.
The gummy bears?
You never say no to those things.
I mean, when I see them, but it's not something that I would get out of the house to go and buy.
Brown.
I know that you could ask me to get out of the house in a storm to go and buy that Cadbury. I know that you would ask me to do that.
No.
Yes, you would.
I would ask you to buy.
Penny.
I want.
And the other,
Ice cream.
That's what I want.
the pineapple coconut stuff. Yeah, I'm just trying. I mean, listening to her story, I'm like, what's that thing really that would have me,
Notice how we are both sharing.
So, I really anything to do mania with food, mania with snacks. I'm not really. Poza olugambo onzuukusa n'entuula ekiro odunnyumiza naye bw'okulya.
And ate and cake, and he started talking to me again of what he would want. Okay, but this is 10 years later.
Omukebe, it's that one thing. Olaba omukebe when I start news of gunya, but actually this is gonna be my last mukebe for the entire year.
What about on your birthday?
You have 2 more in the fridge.
Okay, when I finish those. But I'm not really that well attuned. No.
The very first time he tried to pursue me. From the first time I said that I have no interest whatever.
Okay.
So where was I?
Mm-hmm. So you're sitting in the car.
Yes.
You're eating cake and ice cream.
Yes.
And he tells you again.
Yeah, and he says, from the first time I met you, I always used to say, if this girl would say yes, if this girl would allow, it would be so good for me. The whole.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I still was not seeing him as what he was saying.
Yeah.
Because I was just leaving.
Yeah, he was just coming out
of my marriage. So I told him, listen, my marriage is done. So this would be the best time if I felt something for you to give you a chance. But unfortunately, I don't.
Okay.
I still don't. My heart's. My heart's not there. I just want to see. And I didn't want to get back into a relationship so quickly. And I also did not want to.
To string him along?
Not string him along, but I never string along anyone.
No, I mean, like, when I don't want to give him false hope.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yes. From the very first time, I didn't want to give him false hope. And even then, I didn't. But the thing is, people didn't know. Because I left my marriage very silently, did not make it being called Mrs. Loops. So people thought I was still in the marriage.
Okay.
Yes, but I wasn't. So I spent a good, I think, a year and a half or 2 years without people knowing. And within those 2 years, Haji got closer.
Okay.
Because I would call him to help out with this. He would be very eager to do it. He was always there to help me with that, help me with this. Birthdays, he brings me humongous cakes.
Tebagala iPhone. Tebagala.
By the time I said, okay, let's try it. Like, let's try it. I mean, you've waited literally a decade. Let's just try it. I'm single. Nothing's going on. Let's just try it.
But he
He
was
said,
not
we have to do
single.
kowa. Kowa, you know what kowa is? Nikah.
Okay.
The Muslim marriage. So we began our journey. I was living in Nagoro at the time, and he said, we can't be married when you're living in your parents' house.
Tulira.
So that's how we ended up in Munyonyo. Yeah. And very beautiful journey. I think one of the things that got me madly in love with Haji was music. He would always send me a song.
Kadama ulira munyonyo. Tuli munyonyo kadama. Naguru bazadde be bali naguru kati musajja bapangi oba bali bapangisa munyonyo. Era ekyamutengo ekyamwagaza nnyo bawe ngwejjeko keki ne chocolate kadama. It was music. Gwoli eyo gamba musajja oyo yangulira ennyumba omusajja namala angulira ettaka yiika y'ettaka. Music, chocolate, cake.
Remember, I wasn't living here at the time. I hadn't been living here, so I didn't know most of the music that was here.
Okay. You'd been away for so long.
Yes, I'd been away for so long. So he would send me these songs. Some would be in Luganda, but they were beautiful. Their lyrics were point on. Good night, he'd send me a song.
Mazima.
So my feelings because of the songs led me to seeing him. Because in the beginning, to me, he just was like, not someone I wanted to be with. Not because of what he looked like, because he was handsome, terribly handsome. Not because of...
He was handsome.
He just wasn't somebody I wanted to be with.
Yeah.
Explain. That's like that's how my heart felt. Just like I can't explain. Exactly, it wasn't the right time. Just like how I can't explain, my heart can't tell you why he ended up being the love of my life. That's my heart too. So one time I was sitting with him in the car, and his phone rings, and it's one of his workers, and something had happened with the company car. He tells the person, he tells the worker, you know, the problem is that you guys don't pray. Senga musala koko. Now, this is a person I thought didn't pray. This is a person I thought was all about just worldly things, life things, whatever.
And yet you'd been looking for someone like that.
So, this statement, a lot in me. A lot in me. And I think it's what made me be like, okay, let's give this a try. Yeah, I'd never seen him pray. I'd never seen him go to a mosque. I'd never, because I wasn't with him. I wasn't his girlfriend or anything, a friend. But as a friend, normally if someone has faith, you'll see them pray. You'll see them say, "Oh, I'm at the mosque." You'll see them. I'd never seen that.
Okay.
Until the day when we're in the car, and his worker calls him, and he tells his worker, would not be having such problems.
Right.
Exactly. That just changed me.
And that's when you were like,
That was like, wait a minute.
we really started to focus on him.
Yes, completely. Now we become one. And this man, all he does is pray, gives charity, sadaka, you know, he would be giving. He would wake me up to pray. He'd never miss a salah. Now here I found myself praying with him.
Okay.
I found myself giving charity with him. The first charity, the first sadaka we gave, we're not supposed to say the sadaka we give, whatever, but it was Ramadan. And he said, I told him, what should we give for this Ramadan? And he said, we should feed the staff, the whole entire governor staff. We should give them futari. We did that together. I remember that very, very well. We did that together. So, most of things, I was a Muslim, born Muslim, but I wasn't practicing. I knew God, like I'm telling you. I knew God, but I did not understand Allah. So, through Haji, I got to understand Allah. I got to understand.
Haji yeetega omuwala Haji yamanyamba omuwala talina kyasobola muwa okujjako kuyitira mu ddiini. Oli mutuufu gwawandiise eyo comment. Yamanya nti mwana wa mugagga talina kyasobola muwa wabula ate abasajja abasiraamu bakozesa eddiini. Mamba kasita amanya mbu omanye eddiini, mb'oyagala eddiini, mb'oli musiraamu. Yali amanyi mbu nno omwana ono ayagala eddiini. Ng'amanyi talina kyasobola muwa okujjako eddiini n'amwetega ng'akozesa ddiini. Kituufu tugende mu maaso.
Meaning of giving, I got to understand the meaning of sadaqah. I got to understand the meaning of salah, because before it was just go to the mosque for Juma, pray.
Just doing the things
that you're supposed to do, knowing that you're supposed to do them, but you don't even know why you're doing them. You don't even know how they are affecting your life. You don't even know the aftermath of them all. You're just doing. And that's the worst thing. To just do without knowing.
Nzijeeko akamanyiiro mutapinge live nga tuneeyongerayo twapinga live up to 250 tweyongereyo kankebere ku mmere akamanyiiro sebo ndiawo mbaleeteddemu. There is a reason why we are listening to embozeno tapinga live. Temutapinga live omuli awo sebo muwuliriza mpola. Yes, there. Tapinga live sebo muli awo mu kifo ky'okukola ki mu kifo ky'otapinga live muli awo sebo tuddu tapinga live temuleeta wano kanyani byajjula. Tapinga live. And mutapinga live up to 250. Tapinga live to 250 tugende mu maaso. tap 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 nga temutapinga nga sibalaba waliwo wano tapping live leka nange neyambeko wano tapping tap tap tap. Thank you crazy human, thank you crazy human. Abalala nga sibalaba. Thank you Sarah, thank you David, thank you David, thank you who mutapinge live. Thank you, relax. Thank you. Thank you, shameless. Thank you, Sauda. Thank you, Semuju. Thank you, nice something. Thank you, Lily. Mundu kamangu nat. Thank you, Sauda. Thank you. Tapping tugende mass. Ono mwana love ye yamutta. Thank you guys. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, Shelly. Guys, stop. Want everybody to pick a leaf from this story. Embozi yono muwala nebawe. It's like a Romeo and Juliet story. Thank you, Fee. Thank you, Anya Kamaleng. Thank you, Kalunji. Thank you, Shaggy. Thank you, who? Okay, Kari. Tugende mass.
Because in Islam, we're told the first commandment to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was read. Meaning, read, research, like understand. You know, others would have just said, you know, follow.
Thank you,
so as you're told. That's what I'm saying, follow, because follow, you're a sheep, you're just following. But it says read. Ikra. That was his first commandment, as in read. And he read, because we believe that the Quran would be recited to him through Angel Gabriel, and he would learn that recitation. But he was able to put into practice, understand it. And so when you hear Muslims saying, I follow the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is his way of life.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And you cannot follow a way of life without understanding why was he doing this? Why was he doing that? Why was he doing this? Why was he doing that?
All right.
You know, Muslims go and do the pilgrimage and they're just doing it. They don't even know.
Bazari.
Yes. They don't know what it means to circumvent that Kaaba. They're just doing it to become a Haji or to also tick it off the dues of Muslims.
Yeah.
But there's a reason.
For some people, it's almost like prestige or some sort, right?
Exactly. It isn't. There's a reason for each and everything in Islam. Every single thing, from the salah we make, that is obligatory. Everything has a reason why you do it. So I think Haji's love for his creator is what made me fall in love with him. It took me a decade literally to get there. But when I got, it was amazing. I've never had it with anyone else. Never.
Yeah.
Never had with anyone else. And then Allah decided to take him once I was stable. Because if Allah had taken him before I was steadfast in my faith, I don't think I'd be here today.
You know, losing someone that you love so deeply can actually really hurt some people where they lose their faith.
Yeah. But I think he made him make me so steadfast that he decided, you can leave now. She's going to be okay. Yeah. Because remember, we didn't have kids. We didn't have, what we had was material, you know. What Haji gave me is eternity. Because before, when I was with him and, you know, beginning our life in Munyonyo, it was heaven on earth, but the material heaven has been, you know, supporting you, making sure you have everything, buying you everything, slow, like material.
Yeah.
It was material heaven. And at the time, that's what I used to see, is just material things. Make sure he has to drive you everywhere, make sure he takes you here, make sure you have all the food, make sure you have every comfort.
Yeah.
He provided. Every comfort he provided. So by the time he got sick, I had learned his way of life. And his way of life was very, very, very strong in faith.
Okay.
Strong in faith. To the point that when Haji was sick, like, he would talk to me like, he wasn't sick.
Okay.
You know, it's like he wasn't sick. He would talk to me so well. He would be concerned about my mom at the time.
Please note, that man is a married man. Abasajja mubagende kitono. This is a woman talking about your husband. This woman here is talking about another person's husband. Abasajja mubagende kitono. Tapping live. Mubagende kitono. This girl is telling a story about someone's husband. Someone's husband. The chocolates, the everything. He gave me everything. He pursued me for over a decade. He did this. Someone's husband. Abasajja mubagende kitono. Tugende maaso.
Was sick end of last year. And he was more concerned about other people being ill. He was more concerned about, do you have this? Are you okay? He was never concerned about himself. And all he always...
Kati saasira omukyala eyali amulabirira nga awulidde eno emboozi. Saasira omukyala eyali alabirira Haji nga takyasobola kweriisa mmere. Saasira omukyala eyali ashevinga Haji nga takyasobola kweshevinga mbugo. Saasira omukazi eyali anaaza Haji nga takyasobola kwenaaza. Because Ferry didn't have a chance to take care of her husband. Actually, that is one of that's inside information. But mukyala mukuru yagana Ferry okulabirira bbaawe. Oli yagana Ferry okulabirira bbaawe. But this girl is talking about a person's husband passionately like that, liking alive.
Said was, all will be well. Like, that was his thing. He always said to me, all will be well, all will be well. So I'll go back to the part where I begged him not to do chemo. So he did not do the chemo. And then along the way, they found that his cancer had spread to his lungs. And then I think he decided he'll do chemo.
Okay.
Yeah, because the doctor, of course, they freaked him out because they told him it's going into your lungs. And if you don't do anything, it's going to go into your brain.
So before this, you had just done like the
We're doing the diets and everything, and also, you know, I don't want to say...
The CBD oil.
Yes, the CBD oil, that's what we're doing. And...
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So he was asthmatic, so they said he had gone.
By the way, guys, this is an awareness check. Please, if you're sick and your doctors think you should do chemo, please do chemo. I know a lot of people that have had cancer and they've done chemo and they survived and they beat cancer, including Ono Crystal, nyini I'm interviewing. Please do chemo. Please, if you wake up one day and you have cancer and the doctors say, please do chemo, please do chemo. Ebintu ebagamba amanya genda, amanya onywe enjaga, manya genda, manya tokola chemo, please don't listen. Because there is a reason why they invented chemo, you know. There is a reason why doctors recommend chemo. What kills people is not the chemo, it's weakening of the body, because chemo a weakening of mobili. So please do chemo. Actually, I'm sorry to say, what killed Haji Pastor was because he listened to her not starting on chemo immediately. And one of the greatest things you can ever do for you when they diagnose you with the cancer is to start with chemo ASAP. Don't wait, because it keeps on spreading. And because he listened to her and did not do chemo, the cancer spread. I don't want to judge her because she's in paradise, wherever she is, but she did a terrible mistake of discouraging this man not to do chemo, and this man really loved her and did not do chemo. But by the time he wanted to do chemo, the cancer had already spread. It is what it is. But she misled the man, somebody's man and someone's father, I'm sorry to say. Abafute tuwogerako bibi ntamiddemu so nyinza kwogera ebitagenda basanyusa. If the doctors said do chemo, if they find out, I always follow. Waliwo muwala recently, she rang the bell. When we say ringing the bell, it's when a person survives cancer. Waliwo muwala mbaddenga mugoberera. You guys, I have never prayed for a stranger like when I prayed for that girl. I don't know her. She's an American, she's a black American girl. I'm forgetting her name. She's what's her name? Ivy, what's that girl's name? Makai, yes, Makai. I don't know her, but I've never prayed for a stranger like I prayed for that girl. I prayed every day. I checked on her every day. Every day, simumanyi personally. She just appeared on my For You page, and I checked on her every day. I followed her chemo journey. This was the strongest person that I ever saw fighting cancer, and her ringing the bell was one of my best days. I don't know her. So guys, tujewe ebintu ebyekisiru bakugambye oyina cancer, abasawo went to school. Let me pick this call. Hello? Uchi. I'm texting. Simuchi. Eri entono. Okay. Kale. Obaba nange eriwa. Tyra. Agambye keberereko basindiseko code and check on your phone.
What was the password? The password.
I don't know the password for that phone.
I got it. It's okay.
Okay. You know its password?
Yeah.
Mom, I didn't know it. I tried to crack it. I couldn't get it. Guys,
The code. Wait, let me go to
the code, you come here. No. This person is calling me non-stop. Give me a minute, guys. Tapping alive. See ya jajao. Tapping alive. See ya nyoko. Lindako toyogera. Oli ku speaker phone sooka olindeko bino ebikonkome bijja wagala okukola ki? Oyagala code, right? Okay, kale. Teekamu kale. Munnange mbadde mbanyumiza ki? Banamu olunaku omwana ono Makai lwe yaringinga bell. I prayed for that girl every day. I did not know her. The day she rang the bell that she's cancer free, yo, that was one of my best days that week. So abantu mwenna abatulaba obulamu bw'ensi eno bagamba asiika obulamu. When the doctors say please do chemo. Do chemo as soon as they find out it is what it is. Teri muntu ayagala cancer. Cancer is not out of obwenzi. Cancer is not out of anything. Obeera olwadde oyina okwefaako. But this girl misled that man. You know? And it's because he loved her. He didn't do chemo. Yagenda okukola chemo, it had already spread. One of the reasons why cancer, why abantu bakola chemo is because tebagala cancer, the cancer cells, they are trying to kill the cancer cells. You know? It is what it is. You're misleading a person's husband and the father not to do chemo. Gende maaso mulindeeko.
His lungs. But I believe that wasn't cancer. I think that was the COVID. Because when you get COVID, it would shred your lungs. Like when you do, yes.
The long COVID you talk about. Yes, where it affects your other organs.
Yes.
No, Ferry, it's not lung COVID. COVID is COVID and cancer is cancer. My love, Ferry, cancer is cancer and COVID is COVID. When the cancer is taking you, it spreads all throughout your body and it attacks all your organs. It had spread to his liver, to his everywhere. You know, it is what it is. It was not COVID. COVID is different from the lungs.
Yes,
You have to manage that.
Yes. So it would shred your lungs because his x-rays and everything showed like a lot of dots and like his lungs really damaged.
Yeah.
And COVID was not eating up the lungs to put in dots. No, COVID was filling the lungs with fluid. Guys, abasawo muwanike omukono. COVID was filling the lungs with fluid. So it was like, kind of like pneumonia, right? Guys, am I right? Abasawo. Mwangu wawo temumalira budde. Mwe. Abasawo. That is how COVID was managing to take out people. But if his lungs had dots, then the lungs were damaged. The lungs were damaged. It was not COVID yali atta abantu nga amawugwego gajjuddemu like it was like nga wonolaba pneumonia really, you know. So but the lungs having dots, it means, you know, they were damaged, like something was eating them up, baby. So very no, very tochikola. So mpeereza omwana wattu gundi. Owulidde? Tugende mu maaso.
But it doesn't do that.
Wait, guys,
Yes.
let me do that. Let me call this person. Sweetheart, Ndiku live. Can I call you back in a few when I'm done?
It doesn't do that. It's really weakened his lungs. One, he was asthmatic, and then the COVID must have weakened his lungs. So I think when they did that scan, the doctors told him it had gone into his lungs, and if he doesn't get chemo, it's going to go into his brain. So he went outside doing chemo without telling me.
Yes, you would ask him not to. Yeah.
So he didn't tell me. And another very close friend of his is one who called me and tells me, I need to tell you something. I just said chemo. I need to tell you something. I just said chemo. I was like, okay. So I say, but why would he do that? We had agreed and everything, whatever. And then the person tells me, it had gone up into his lungs. And if he did not do chemo, it would have continued up into his brain. I was like, fair enough. Okay. So I accepted it. I did not.
First of all, that statement that Ferry has said, your person cannot be doing chemo and you have access to them and you don't see it. This is for people with experience that have lived with a cancer patient who has undergone chemo, not even because people do chemo for so many reasons, guys. You know that, right? And if this is an indication that this girl was not having full access to the man, well, the day a person does chemo, like you can do chemo today, the days that are gonna follow, they are hell. So if she had access to that guy all the time, she would have realized that he's doing chemo. Right, guys? Yeah.
Confront him about it. He was sick and everything. So I said, let's begin the chemo situation. Okay. But he would drive himself and get his chemo shots.
And even after he would drive himself.
No, after he could. I'm saying like,
my goodness.